Congratulations! You've received an offer from a university and now you'll be thinking about somewhere to live. But before you rush off those blocks and go straight ahead into something, there's lots of things to think about. In this episode, we'll be looking at student accommodation. Living away from home for the first time can be really scary. You probably won't know anybody, you'll be a little intimidated, you won't know where things are, you may not know the location particularly well, but please don't panic because everybody else will be in the same boat as you. Your first year at university, in terms of accommodation, you'll be offered something called halls of residence. And there's some different kinds of halls of residence in the images just here. As you can see, they vary quite a lot, but most of them on the whole are quite modern blocks with lots of good amenities. And there's three things you need to consider really. You need to consider the location, you need to consider things like the room itself, and obviously your catering facilities. So in terms of location, you need to establish whether you want something that is a campus or on-campus room or off-campus. Basically what that means is something that's on campus will be very near to all the university amenities. So it will be near where you actually go and study, it will be near the library, it will be near where your lecture halls are. The good thing with having an on-campus room is that it's so convenient. You'll be with other students, there'll be very little travel involved because everything's virtually on your doorstep, and that will mean that you'll save time because you won't have to be rushing to get the buses, and you'll save money because you won't have to be paying for transport. The other thing you have is an off-campus room. So this is somewhere that is, especially if you're in a large city, it might be a few miles away from where you will actually be studying. The advantages of this is that it'll give you an opportunity to explore your local area. If you're in campus, you may just stay there all the time and not get a good feel for a place. But if you're off campus, it gives you the opportunity to explore. It also means that there's probably fewer students in your immediate circle, and that'll give you a chance to maybe get to know the locals a little bit better. Okay, we'll have a look at the different types of room now. You'll find, unfortunately, that what we have in this image is unlikely to be available. However, most rooms are fairly decent. You'll find that you'll have a bed, quite a comfortable bed. You'll have a desk and chair and some space and wardrobes and things like that. The big difference between the rooms is whether you have ensuite or shared accommodation. Ensuite means that you have your bathroom and your shower within your whole room itself. So it's self-contained. Shared accommodation means that you will have a shared bathroom, shared toilet, along with maybe 6, 8, 12 other people. Usually you'll all be in one corridor and there might be a couple of bathrooms and a shower room somewhere. So the advantages of an ensuite: it's very convenient, you don't have to queue up or anything like that, and also the state of the bathroom is entirely down to you because nobody else is responsible for cleaning it, nobody else is there responsible for sorting out your toiletries and things like that. With the shared bathroom, there may be a couple of, I wouldn't say issues, but this depends very much upon your individual stance. If you consider that you're sharing a bathroom with 6, 8, 12 other people, you have to make sure that you all come together and have some sort of rota for cleaning and for refilling things. So if you run out of loo roll, or you're the kind of person who knows there's only 2 sheets left on the loo roll and you don't bother to refill it, it's not particularly good for the person who's using that facility after you. Similarly, if the shower or the bath is a real state, you've got to make sure that you have a strong rota available so that everybody cleans up after themselves. One of the other downsides to a shared toilet is something that, well, you may need to go and somebody else may be in there, and therefore you're banging on the door. So just be aware of sharing things. You know, ideally, for some things it's fantastic. But if you're happy to share facilities, washing facilities, bathing facilities, toiletry facilities, that's entirely up to you. So we're going to look at the catering now. You may have self-catering, or you may have catered halls. With catered halls, what that effectively means is there will be a cafe or restaurant on site and you can have all your meals there. So it'll usually include breakfast, there'll be lunch and dinner. Massive advantage of that is you don't have to cook, you don't have to go shopping, you don't have to clean up, doing the washing and stuff like that. You won't have to bother with the rota that I mentioned previously. And everything is there for you. Another good thing is that you can meet lots of different students there, all coming in from all kinds of departments, and you will just sit. You may meet the same people over and over again. You may meet different people all the time. So it's an absolutely fantastic way of socialising. In terms of money, if you choose this option, it'll often all be encapsulated within your initial fee. Also, there will be facilities for you just to go in and pay cash. Opposite to that, we've got self-catered halls. These are fantastic in terms of making friends and lifelong friendships, effectively. There will be a hall of residence, say 8 people or so, and there'll be a kitchen, a communal kitchen. And that means that you can all get in and start cooking. Now, you'll find that what happens is people tend to chat amongst themselves and decide that one person or 2 people will cook. One night, somebody else will cook another night, and somebody else will cook another night. And you'll find that as well, what tends to happen is people might have theme nights. So they might have a Spanish night one night, they might have a Mexican night one night, a burger night the other night. So it's a really, really good way of helping people bond and get together. The downside, I say, is you'll have to then organise yourselves so that you may want to create a little kitty between yourselves. So you go out and you'd buy the food, you'd construct the shopping list first of all, you'd go out and buy the food, and then you'd cook it, somebody would be delegated to cook it, and then obviously you'd all clean up afterwards, or one person would. This is where the rota comes in very handy. Big tip, guys, a big tip. Do not go shopping when you're hungry, because you'll end up buying loads of stuff because your tummy will go, feed me, feed me, feed me. And you'll just be grabbing loads of stuff and you'll take it back to the halls of residence and everybody will be going, what on earth have you bought that for? We don't want that. So just be aware, stick to quite a disciplined little shopping list if you have one. It's also a great way of honing your your cooking skills. There's some extra things really we need to look at. One of them is deposits. You may find that the landlords want to deposit from you, so just be aware of that you have that money available to them. And also make sure that is refundable if it is to do with certain breakages and things like that. So just be aware that some places do ask for deposits up front. Not all, but some do. So just check where you're going to go to. In terms of finding the accommodation, simply look on the university that you're going to. You look on their website and they'll have lots of information there about their accommodation, and they should go into detail. The timing can be quite important. The sooner you do it, the sooner you can book a room that's more suitable for you. My son left it like he does, like to the very, very last minute, and he probably got one of the worst rooms available. It was still nice enough, but he could have got much better if he'd pulled his finger out. His twin sister, well organised, she got quite a top of the range deluxe ensuite room, living the life of luxury. So just be aware of when you go in and do it the sooner the better, to be honest, is my advice. Another thing as well is, at the beginning of this video we talked about how maybe stressful it can be and scary it can be. a good way of breaking that down, because don't forget, everybody else is going to be in the same boat as you. Everybody will be anxious, everybody will be scared, be nervous. They'll be away from home for the first time, they may be homesick. A good thing to do is, in your communal kitchen, start making a brew for people. Oh, do you want a coffee? I'll make a coffee. Just so you can kind of start those bonding things going on. Something else as well, your mum and dad will probably drop you off, or your guardian will drop you off, and once they go out the door, you'll suddenly be confronted on your own in your own little room. Once you've settled in, just go along and knock on everybody else's door. As I say, there won't be too many rooms in the corridors. Absolute maximum will be about 12, but it's usually 6 to 8, something like that. Just go along and knock at the door, introduce yourself. Hello, my name's Fred, I'm doing history, what are you doing? And people will be so willing to talk to you because they'll be in exactly the same boat as you. So just try and come out of your comfort zone a little bit and make that first attempt. And then, as I say, if you all do cook together, you'll make some great friends that way. Another bit of advice is to bring some things that are familiar from home. So if you've got a favourite, you might have a favourite, I'll say a teddy bear, but a favourite token or something like that, or a favourite picture, or your duvet, or a pillow, or something that will just make your room feel that little bit homelier. Things not to forget is waste bins and stuff like that, and lamps. Some university halls have them, some don't. So good luck, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit the like button, and if you want more information, just subscribe, and as these videos get worked on, you'll get notification. I think you might have to hit a little bell sign or something. All right, take care, see you soon. Bye bye.